What's going on, boys? No guys here. Welcome back to another video. And today's video I'm going to show you how to play with the 3-5-2, the formation that I've been using since the first day, because I can't go back to the 4-2-2 run. It's just too boring. Now, in case you're wondering why, in regards to that, first of all, the reason why I don't use 4-2-1 to play is it's too boring. Is it possible to get past a 5-3-2 with someone using one depth drop back? Now, when I released a 5-3-2 originally in FIFA 19, FIFA 20, and 21, I knew it was always an OP formation, but just to confirm, I was never the one to put one depth, one width on these formations. Someone else has done that, so don't blame me for that. The second thing is the 3-5-2 is I use it because it's just the most fun. I'm not a pro player. I don't have any intention. I'm very lucky that I can play at a very good level casually, even without trying, and still win. But the most important thing for me is to have I suppose you can say integrity and win playing the game perfectly. That means I try my best not to, use anything that's like, too bad. So I try my best to avoid holding the ball, going backwards. I don't really use any bridges, direction, nutmeg, agile dribbling, just because all those mechanics in the game. So if you're watching this video, you're going to learn to get better mechanically, structurally as basic FIFA, no mechanic abusing. So if you come here to watch me spam direction nutmegs and just hope for luck to get through, I'm sorry, that's not the video you want to see. So with the 3-5-2, generally speaking, don't forget the formation takes some time to change. Just always be careful, of course, from kickoff. I just tested my right analytic there to see if there was delay or not. Just be careful from kickoff, because obviously with kickoff there's a big chance of you getting caught out of position, because obviously from kickoff it's your normal balance formation. Crespo, fake shot into the space. Oh, a bit hard to get through over here at this point. I'm going to do a ball there. That was meant to be to Ronaldo. Passing's honestly been terrible, by the way, for the past couple of days. I don't know why it's been so bad. That was a nice ball pass down a wing. Going to switch to the other player here. I he's a running jock and apply a bit of pressure, cut the angle towards goal out. He's right-footed, I know that, so I have to wait for it. As you can see, formation still hasn't changed yet. Then we've got Ronaldo on the wings. I think that might be offside. Yeah, it is. So the formation is finally changed as Vasquez actually using it. Yep. So the formation now changed to a 3-5-2. Now, the way I build up with a 3-5-2 is I have 3 of my strikers on stay forward. Now, this is important. If you have 3 of your strikers on stay forward, you have to understand you have to be comfortable defending with 2 centre mids. I'm very comfortable defending with 2 centre mids, but if you are not, just have, one of your strikers on comeback and offence. It's really not worth having, for example, all 3 of your players on stay forward if you're not that good at defending, because there's a big chance the game can screw you over, especially if you get like someone has a direction nutmeg or something like that, and the ball just glitches past one of your players. You might need one of your centre mids to recover. So we're going to try to break our gap, and as you can see, with a 3-5-2, we've got 2 CDMs, both Lazaro, and we have Trent, and we have the loads of players going forward. And this is the thing, you have 5 players going forward. You have your cams, all these players to go forward. So you've got loads of passing options if you want to make a pass. That's the benefit. So for example, like here, I got 3 strikers at one point because Vasquez occupies that space. And that's why it's very, very fluid in attack. And that's why, I'll be honest, I haven't really gone back to the 4. If I'm playing, let's say I was playing dead serious. If I was, let's say, there was money on the line, if it was a tournament, and I actually really, really wanted to win, then what I'd probably do is I'd probably use a 4-2-3-1 first, and then I'll change to a 3-5-2 after. And that way I can use a 4-2-3-1 first to suss the game up, because you don't want to go 1-0 down, because once you go 1-0 down, people are going to be holding the ball, and you're going to find that it's difficult to press. And this is one thing I want to say: if you have all your players on stay forward, understand it's going to be extremely difficult to get back into the game with the 3-5-2. I'll explain to you, because a lot of players, what they'll do is they'll hold the ball in this vicinity over here. So I'm going to occupy this space over here to prevent that. I'm going to expect the bridge anytime soon, La Coqueta. So what people are going to do is they're going to eventually pass the ball. So a smart player, I'm talking about maybe like an elite player plus, who's got good awareness of the game, will understand that you've got 3 players on stay forward. So you'll pass the ball between your 2 strikers, your cam, and your centre mids. I'll show you in a second. So you see my 3 centre mids on stay forward. That means I have to use my defenders. Now sometimes you can use someone like Vasquez and bring him in if he's got good work rate, so his position is pretty good. But most of the time, if you got him on stay forward, it's hard. That's why you want to have one of the strikers on comeback and defence. That way you create that system where you have 3 centre mids, not just 2. Just gonna wait for the overlap here. Quick 1-2. Neymar. Wait a little bit. Fake shot there, and that should be a goal. So bear in mind that if you are up against someone smart, get ready to change formation. unless you have this is why I recommend, of course, using two 3-5-2s, one with a striker and come back in defense, and one with all three of them on stay forward. Now, when I'm building up in a 3-5-2, oops, that was a mistake. That I was looking at my OBS. But when I'm building with a 3-5-2, what I do is my number one go-to plan is number one, turn hug the sidelines on. This will make your left mid and right mid wider, but it won't affect the rest of your team. Now, this is important because you hug the sidelines off. Just look at the radar, for example. Look at my left mid on the radar, okay? You see how narrow he is, but watch when I put hug the sidelines on. So you'll see, for example, now they stick. So they don't go centrally no matter what. Now, this is important because when you get the ball over here, this 1-2 with your right back is the biggest game changer. If you could do that 1-2 back, it's impossible to defend against. So I'll give an example. So let me at least try to pass the ball to that player. So here we got Eto is of course my right mid, so I'm going to pass the ball to him. Get the ball to him. Of course, Eto. Beautiful touch. Gave the ball away. Going to switch to our striker here. This is what you can do if you have all three players on stay forward. You can try to use a striker and bring him back if you want to apply the pressure like that. That's kind of the old school way that I used to press. Don't want to be too aggressive. And we just defended that angle over there with our centre back, CDM. Bring the goalkeeper out like so. I don't know what Jordi Alba's doing there. They're out. Nice. Gonna go and mark the striker. Occupy the striker now. I'm not worrying about Neres. He's doing a bridge. That's fine. He's going nowhere. He's going nowhere. Still going nowhere. Still going nowhere. Just occupy him so he can't cut inside. That's all you want to do. See? Not defending him. Defend the angle towards goal. So this is what I meant. So when you put hug the sidelines on, your left. So like you can see. Look on the radar. Look at Eto. You see how he's completely free? That happens quite a lot from kickoff. But if you could do this quick 1-2 over here, and you do the ball like that, and then you do a driven through ball, what happens is, because you got your strike on stay central, it creates that 2v1 situation, and it's extremely hard to defend against. And then when you're inside the box, not that I condone it, but if you do like to abuse your mechanics, you can do whatever you want to do there. I normally like to play my way and kind of walk it inside the goal, generally by dribbling or whatever that is. Good defending over there.
Moving the ball effectively, must take the lead here.
Not the best of passes, to be honest. Bit unlucky there. Going to use I'm going to use my striker now to press, manually press. And then use my CDM to press here. Use my left back to press, but now we did a 1-2, so we're going to realize it's done a 1-2. We're going to run back here. So we're going to run back, and we're keeping Cole in position. You see how we kept my left centre back in position? That's the element of running back. See, if you don't run back with those players now, you've got to switch, wait for the pass, and slide, or whatever you got to do, defend it. Here, one and jockey, defend, wait for him to cut inside, and then make him move again, defend the one and jockey. So you see, when someone does that one, this is the thing that people are struggling with. People are struggling with the three balls down the wing. If Eto and Deulofeu are out of position and your opponent has the ball, you don't want to... So let's say, for example, you can see Cole, my left centre-back. You don't want to bring him out of position if Deulofeu is out of position. That's why it's really important to use the left mids and right mids. If that means you have to run back, just run back. Because that's what people are struggling with the most with a 3-5-2. Because most people are using a 5-3-2 or a 4-4-2. And if someone's using a 4-4-2 like my opponent is, I think he's using a 4-4-2. You got three centre-backs. Versus, of course, three attackers. So we're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to go down to the winger. You can see on the radar it's actually using overload the ball side. So can you see on the radar? So it's even better for us when he's got overload the ball side on. So what we've got to do is lob the ball from that side. Get it like this. Get it in the middle. L1 trigger. Create that numerical advantage. Ronaldo should be making that run now. Wasn't the best of runs or best of passes either. So you see Eto's out of position. So we're going to use our left back here. Occupy the space. Let our left mid and right mid reinforce. See that? Then you create that position. Then you can use your CDM like so and then bring it back. Now that's the key thing. The one thing the 5-3-2 does not have is these centre mids. Now these centre mids are so important. I can't explain to you how important they are. Surely shouldn't be a goal. Yeah, these centre mids are so important because they have the instruction cut passing lanes. And why this is extremely important is cut passing lanes basically just means that the defenders of the CDMs position themselves in between normally the attacker and the CDM. So they're positioned a bit better naturally. So when you switch to them, they're going to be in a better position. And that is the sole reason why you like to use CDMs above everything. That's why, in fact, I use a 4-4-2 second variation as opposed to the flat. And you see I use my CDM there. So again, we're going to build up the exact same way. So we've got the three players on stay forward if we need to. We're going to do a quick 1-2 backwards with Eto. Eto makes that run going forward. Then we're going to play it through the middle. We can see Eto making a run off the radar. but you can see we've got all those spaces available. We're just going to build up slow like that. We see Deulofeu free. We're going to pass the ball there. We're going to be advanced here. Bait his left back to come forward. His left back got baited. L1 trigger. Do the through ball, and now we're free. Then we're going to. I don't like crossing. For me, I just don't cross. So I'm just going to bring it back here. Ball roll. And we're going to go with a simple fake shot there, just to get the ball out of the situation, because most players, they don't defend properly. That's why the fake shot, people think it's a mechanic abuse, but it's really not. The bridge direction nutmeg, people use it just to spam past or glitch past the defender, whereas the direction nutmeg, whereas the fake shot, it actually takes skill to do. It's about timing, and it's actually easy to defend against the first time fake shot, actually. It's because people, they don't use the defenders, they kind of AI defend. So like here, I'm just going to hold my distance. Bit unlucky there. So again, the same thing. We're going to be a bit aggressive here. We see Deulofeu. We're going to do an L1 trigger. We just got to wait for him to make a run through ball. And that's kind of your exit strategy. If he makes that pass, that's completely fine. You can always bring back your cam or your CDM and defend against him. So we're going to defend over here. We're going to be a bit aggressive with our centre back, but you shouldn't be too aggressive. But be aggressive within means. So we're expecting a through ball. Expecting a bridge. Pass back to Neymar. Expecting a cutback, Neymar. And you see how I moved Cole straight away in position that he was going to go. Or that was not the pass that I wanted, to be fair. Going to run back here, get the ball back, through ball. And we're going to do the exact same thing. So watch here, get the ball Eto. Oh, so like now he went to the inside because he thought I was going there. Now we can run free down the wing. He's going to outbeat me there. See how I turned the ball around because I knew that he was going to catch up to me. Do that 1-2. And that's important. You see that 1-2? If you know your opponent's going to catch up to you, just do a 1-2. Then that way you can make the pass freely. Do you see that? So just do a 1-2, then make the pass freely after. So we're going to pass the ball inside again. Pass the ball into the middle. Ronaldo should make a run. Unfortunately, delay is just terrible at the moment right now. Just going to hold the ball in this situation. Just wait. And as you can see, we've got the two strikers and we've got the cam. Not the best of passes. L1 trigger, so that player makes one going forward. Borg is going to catch up to me. Go and dribble a little bit here. Nice. Outside the box. Trigger that player going forward. Can we make a good pass? No, we can't, but we can pass the ball to Ronaldo. Got a bit unlucky. We lost the ball. We're going to use our CDM now. An expected through ball. We're going to use the left back. We're going to cover that run. Then we're going to use offside trap here, just to bring the defensive line going forward. It's more of an advanced strategy. And we should be able to defend against this perfectly because I saw Cuadrado was in a good position. Here we're going to do L1 trigger again. And you can see it's the exact same thing. This is how the recurring way that how I just go through the 3-5-2. And it's even better if someone doesn't manually defend, to be honest. Of course, you want to be unpredictable. Try to mix it up. Don't just keep cutting inside. But, I like to always cut inside. So that's kind of the way that I do it. Elastic dribble into the goal. Oh, bit unlucky there. Kind of went off the heel of Ake over there. So if you want, you can also bring on subs. I think subs are really, really good additions. So I normally bring on some subs. It depends on who you want to sub off. I would say generally fast players in these positions are perfect. And around about this time of the game, in all honesty, I normally, if you see me on stream, I stick with the 3-5-2 because if I don't guarantee the win, it's not the end of the world. But in this situation, I'll show you. So I'm going to put Lazaro and Cuadrado both at CDM because I'm expecting through balls to come in behind. And if, for example, you're in a stage like this when you're ahead 2-1, your opponent's obviously going to go to a team press formation. So you don't have 3 players on stay forward, so change it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it to 4-2-3-1. The reason why we're doing that is because obviously, don't forget, no one is going to be playing defensive when they are 2-1 down. Few players do, but most players are going to go something like my 3-1-4-2 or 4-4-2, and they're going to use constant pressure, and they're going to get every single player in the box. And this is so people think the game is against them in the last couple of minutes or so. The game's not against you, just that your opponent has more players committing forward, and psychologically you're on the back end. Just like how it is in real life, it's the exact same thing in FIFA because you don't want to relinquish your lead or relinquish control of the game. So the key thing is change your formation if you understand the game is changing. So you can see he's got a 4-4-2, potentially got all of his 4 players on stay forward. So we're going to be a bit smarter now. So you see he's got 4 players on stay forward. So we know we got 3 centre backs only. That's how we changed. So I would have changed the 4-2-1 anyway. I'm going to run back here. Run jockey. He could have probably got through there. A bit unlucky with that deflection. And defend essential area of the pitch again. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. He's right-footed. I mean, he's left-footed anyway. Through ball. Quick 1-2. And again, you can use the fullbacks. And keep hug the sidelines on. To keep the pitch as wide as possible. And you can keep doing the exact same things again and again and again. 1-2's down the wing. And it's very, very hard for him to read. 84 minutes, getting ready to lock the game out now. So we're going to get the ball over here. The balls. And I normally use the CDM system. So if he's playing drop back one width, which I think he is, he's playing drop back. So it's going to abuse that situation because it's his fault. He's using drop back. He's losing, so we just pass the ball in between his defense and his striker. Do you see that? So because he's using drop back, he has to press with the centre mids. That's what's creating space in midfield. So all you got to do is basically just pass around this. Just simple. Just pass the ball around. Now there will be constant pressure, so use these 1-2s when you need to. If you're unsure, just get the ball and go down the wing. If you're really not too sure, kick the ball out. But you know, that's the benefit of these players that are using the system. And obviously we're coming to the last couple of minutes of the game. +1, literally it's his fault, he doesn't want to press. And then once it gets to +1, normally just bang the ball out and don't ask any questions. And you can see we've got a free kick. And if you just want to guarantee things a bit further, take the free kick with your striker. And that way you have an extra man in the build-up play. And that is pretty much done. I think that is offside. I didn't even intend to pass the ball there. As soon as he kicks the ball out, that will be game, set, and match. But that is basically generally how I use the 3-5-2. Just kind of my general opinions on it. Also general thoughts on it. How I use it, etc., etc. How I build up in game. But you can just give you a bit of an insight, kind of what goes through my mind. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. A short game, a tight game, maybe one that wasn't the most interesting to watch, but nonetheless a very interesting video to learn. I would suggest watching this video back and sometimes just understand that even I'm not saying everything that I'm doing, but just pause it at key moments and see what I'm doing and understand why I do it. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.